Me, Shosmato for TVS Nightline, and here are the headlines for tonight. On world news, updates on Afghan quake death toll surpassing 800 with 2,500 injured in remote Kuna province alone. Prime Minister Dr. Sri Anwar Ibrahim urged Asian nations to take responsibility, insisting that the next chapter must be written in Asian ink. Once sick, Ramgan Bridge to be completed mid-2026. The long-awaited Rambugan Bridge is now progressing smoothly with no major issues reported, now recording 13.4% progress and is expected to be completed by July 2026, a year ahead of schedule. Sarawak Deputy Premier Dr. Ahmad Zugamba said the development project, once deemed sick, costs over 82 million ringgit.
We are very pleased with the progress. We have a thorough discussion with them just now, and JKR will work up with the contractors to schedule the completion of this bridge in July 2026. It's almost 1 year earlier. But the scheduled completion is May 2027. Since they don't have any issue here, the summer issue, and we are very confident that they are able to solve the problem.
The project, spanning 560 meters, was originally awarded to a local contractor in collaboration with a Chinese company. Construction began on December 17, 2019 and was supposed to finish by December 16, 2022. However, delays arose due to manpower shortages, project implementation methods, and failure to meet the Public Works Department timeline. A rescue contractor was subsequently appointed and began work on November 19, 2024, ensuring continuity of the project, which forms part of the Sarawak Coastal Road Network.
Meanwhile, speaking on the Sejingkat Bridge project, UGA revealed that the construction has reached 54.77% completion, slated for completion in March 2026. This was following a site visit in Kuching, adding that based on discussions with the contractor, all works are expected to be completed within the revised timeframe.
We've been briefed on the progress, and up to date, there are 54.77% achievement. There's a 3% delay, tapi dia tidak sakit lah. Dan kita berharap after discussion just now with the contractor, we are scheduling this project to be completed in March 2026. We are confident that they can do it since the material are all on the ground and there doesn't seem to have any major problem. So JKR will be working out dengan dia untuk menentukan segala kerja-kerja akan dibuat supaya jambatan ini dapat siap Mac 2026.
At the same time, UGA stressed that contractors involved must revise and tighten their work schedule, ensuring that all tasks are executed according to the agreed plan. The 1.28-kilometer bridge, standing 26 meters above river level, comes at a cost of over 360 million ringgit. It is one of Kuching's major infrastructure projects designed to enhance road connectivity, reduce traffic congestion, and generate long-term economic benefits for local communities.
On to the next update. Police have ruled out foul play in the case of a 7-year-old boy who was drowned in the water reservoir near the Spite traffic light junction along Jalan Celestine Ujang last night on August 31. Vigil Police Chief Superintendent Nixon Joshua Ali said they received a report from a father who had reported his son missing near the entrance to Damansri Pelabuhan around 8:30 p.m. Acting on the information, police, together with a mobile patrol unit and the Fire and Rescue Department, launched a search and rescue operation in the area. The victim was found at the bottom of a 5-meter deep reservoir, about 50 meters from a workshop workers' quarters. However, preliminary checks revealed no signs of foul play on the body. According to Nixon, medical personnel from Binjulu Hospital confirmed the boy's death at the scene before the remains were sent to the hospital's forensic department for a post-mortem. Meanwhile, the case has been classified as sudden death. The family of the late Wan Ahmad Faris Wan Abdul Rahman, a Form 4 TVS student who was found hanged in school toilet in December 2013 today, submitted a memorandum to the Kelantan government at the Kota Darul Naim complex. The memorandum was handed over by a representative of the family, Ali Hanafia Mohammed, to Muhammad Anas Rizwan Shamsuddin, who represented the State Education, Higher Education, Green Technology, Digital and Innovation Committee Chairman, Dr. Wan Roslan Wan Hamad. When met by the media, Ali explained the 3 main demands, including an explanation as to why the school toilet was demolished before investigation were concluded.
Ali also inquired the school's security measures, calling for transparency and clarification of follow-up actions taken regarding the fight that involved Wan Ahmad Faris before he was found lifeless. The third demand, Ali stated, involves requests to the Kelantan State Government and Kelantan Islamic Foundation to make any information relevant to the case public. If necessary, the case should be brought to the court, he reiterated. Also present were the parents of the deceased, Wan Abdul Rahman Wan Yaakob and Rohani Hussein, along with a few family members. On August 20th this year, Home Minister Datuk Seri Saifuddin Nasution Ismail confirmed that the PDRM would reopen investigations into the death of the TVS student. In December 2013, Wan Ahmad Faris was found hanging in the toilet of Ma'had Tahfiz Science Nurul Aman dormitory in Kok Lanas. His body was reportedly found by the dormitory's supervisor after smelling a foul odor from the toilet. The forensic expert who conducted an autopsy on Wan Ahmad Faris's body confirmed the case as a sudden death and had no connection to any criminal elements. However, the coroner's court in June 2016 ruled that the student was murdered.
Welcome back. Asian nations must not just adapt to the new global economic order, they must lead it by rewriting their own chapters while simultaneously shaping the next course for the future. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim urged Asian nations to take a responsibility, insisting that the next chapter must be written in Asian ink, thus highlighting the current global economic landscape. Unsettling disruptions and deepening fragmentation should provide opportunities to enhance cooperation among nations.
Anwar, who is also the finance minister, said Asia's task is to ensure that today's disruption becomes the prelude to a fairer unity rather than a preface to deeper estrangement.
That today, China and Asia is the engine of growth, global growth, home to the majority of the young, like you, and the center of most dynamic technologies, like here in Tianjin University. We in Malaysia, relatively a much smaller country, but we'll make our own contribution. We'll have a say.
According to Anwar, the global economy has been reordered 3 times since the mid-20th century.
And now the third reordering unfolding before our own eyes, one marked by tariffs proclaimed by Liberation Day. Now, each of these reorderings was scripted by them far from our shores. Asia was present, onlooker, at times a victim, but never the author. Today, we have the responsibility to ensure that the next chapter is written with Asian ink as well. That's what globalization is all about. That's about what global trade is all about.
The public lecture titled Sovereign Interdependence, Building a Shared Future in Asia was held as part of his engagements with students and academics during his 4-day visit to Tianjin and Beijing, which began on August 31st. The Prime Minister's 4-day working visit to China is his 4th visit to the country since assuming office in November 2022.
At the same event, Anwar stated that Malaysia is currently exploring new markets for its semiconductor industry as part of its diversification efforts to move into new and non-traditional markets. To this extent, he said, China has advanced phenomenally in this field. Malaysia is eager to learn and explore possible collaborations with its Chinese counterparts.
Anwar, who is also the finance minister, emphasized nurturing new talents in the field, for example, new technology that uses AI. He said there is a huge opportunity as China has opened its doors, but apart from collaborations, the creation of a training component is also vital. Tomorrow, Anwar is scheduled to meet with various China-based semiconductor players to discuss and work on a formula on how exchange of skills and collaboration could be conducted between the two countries.
And on to world affairs. A massive rescue operation was underway in Afghanistan after a strong earthquake. Multiple aftershocks flattened homes in a remote mountainous region, killing more than 800 people. The earthquake struck just before midnight, shaking buildings from Kabul to neighboring Pakistan's capital, Islamabad. Chief Taliban government spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid said around 800 people were killed and 2,500 injured in remote Kunar province alone. And according to U.S. Geological Survey (USGS), more than 1.2 million people likely felt strong or very strong shaking.
Kunar کې په عمومي ډول باندې تر اوسه پورې د 800 شهیدانو راپور لرو. انا لله و انا الیه راجعون. همدا ډول 2500 نفر ټپیان شوي دي.
Yemen's Houthi on Monday said they had fired a missile at a tanker in the Red Sea days after their prime minister was killed in an Israeli attack. The Iran-backed rebels who sank 2 tankers in July said they targeted the Liberian-flagged Scarlet Ray, claiming a direct hit. However, UK Maritime Trade Operations (UKMTO) stated otherwise. On Sunday, it said the attack missed its target. The ship is Israeli-owned, according to maritime security company Ambre.
نفذت القوات البحرية في القوات المسلحة اليمنية عملية عسكرية استهدفت سفينة سكارلت راي النفطية الإسرائيلية شمالي البحر الأحمر، وذلك بصاروخ باليستي، وقد أدت العملية إلى إصابة السفينة بشكل مباشر بفضل الله.
The Houthis announced on Saturday that their Prime Minister Ahmad Ghalib Nasser al-Rahawi and other officials were killed in an Israeli airstrike 2 days earlier. Rahawi, who was appointed last year, is the most senior official known to have died in a series of Israeli attacks during the Gaza conflict.
And those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Shulshmato. Thank you for watching and have a good night.